definitely up in the way. I am live. Hello, everybody. How you doing? I know I'm a couple minutes late tonight. Running late. Forgot to put some stuff down on my board. Made sure my guitar was tuned up because I put new strings on it. So let me go and bring this down a little bit. It actually looks better than I was thinking it might. That's pretty good, actually. So there we go. How's everybody doing? I am here, red face and everything. Oh, the color looks pretty good on here. I was worried it was going to look kind of bad because sometimes it looks kind of washed out. Depends on what the internet's doing. So you don't really need to see my face. You'll hear me. You'll see my face from time to time. But most of the stuff I want you to look at is on here. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell because I was changing some of the colors. Last week we talked about these notes here, G, F, and E. This is actually red, but it mixed with the black. This is actually purple. And dry erase colors don't always come across the way they look when you get black in them. These are the two colors. This one looks almost kind of orangish red, but it's red, but the camera's making it look like almost a tomatoey red. So this is actually supposed to be red, but you can tell where they are on the line. So like I said, for starters, we're going to go with this. I'm going to turn on the live chat in case anybody has. Tina, hi Tina, how you doing? Missed you last week and hope everything's better. Having a better couple of days than lately. So now you've had a lot of stuff going on. So getting to the notes that we're learning tonight. Move my phone over there so it doesn't fall on the floor. We're talking about the B. This grid here, I'm going to be using this later, and I tried to make it more permanent, made my lines a little bit straighter. It's a little better. That's good. This represents where it says nut. It's not about this guy here. It's talking about this plastic piece right here where the strings go through. That's called a nut. And the B, which I'm trying to find the highlighter that oh man. I'm trying to find this pin that I just used for that. Don't tell me it ran away. Oh, here it is. It did fall. Sorry about that. Okay, so this would actually be open. So you're playing. That's why it's up in the nut, because you're not fretting it. So don't fret. It's just a B. So anyways, the B is the second string, this one right here, open. You can see it vibrating. So B sounds like. Really? I thought a B would go bzz, bzz, bzz. That's a different kind of B. Reaching into my pick jar there. Next note is this black dot here on the first fret is a C, which is right here on this fret here. Ooh, exciting stuff. Leases her apartment and starts college soon. See that? I'm playing not on the fret itself, but right up against it on the second string right there. And that's what the C sounds like. And then again, using the third finger, third fret for the D. And again, you can tell by the position markers they have here at the 3rd, 5th, 7th fret, and so on. So just a quick recap of what we're doing here. This is open. Then it says Bopen. Hey man, what's Bopen? And the black I put back over here. You're terrible with it. That's why I'm doing this. To me, it's easy. I'm trying to make it easy, trying to make it fun, trying to make it really straightforward. So anybody could really play. And looking at the camera, man, my head looks super fuzzy. Oh well. And this is first fret. Right here, the dot is even with the number 1. It's right there. And we try to play that with the first finger. Mr. Pointer, who has sisters. Have you ever heard of Mr. Pointer's sisters? Yeah, the Pointer sisters. It's a bad joke. It's a dad joke. And then the D all the way over here is on the 3rd fret. Yeah, terrible joke. Is 3rd fret. 3rd finger. Oh, dude, why am I doing it there? I totally messed up. I was in a hurry because I was running late. Okay, this is not there. That's not there. And I just discovered that permanent marker is not so permanent. Okay, so anyways, I'll draw this back here. Whoops. Try to make it nice, but that's why we can't have nice things. Anyways, it's on the 2nd string right here. Sorry for leading anybody astray. Like I said, I was just in a hurry when I was doing it. She's good. She's actually sleeping right now. She's laying down, so figure that's good. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we're talking. Because last time we had E on this string, which is open, and then we had F, and then we had G. There we go. Yeah, she's doing so. Some days are better than others for her. But yeah, thanks for asking. Some days are a lot better than others. Sometimes I don't know, and I think she's asleep, and she's just kind of faking, and then she'll wake up and start writing stuff in the chat. It's kind of funny. So anyways, last time we talked about these blocks here. These are representing, what was I saying? These are representing the neck of the guitar blocks. So you have your low E string all the way to the high E string. So you have your E string, your A string, your D string, your G string, B string, and E string. And so on and so forth. This is showing what frets, where the notes fall. There's other notes in between. We're not going to get to those until much later when we start talking about key signatures. Right now we're just talking about time, structure, notes, and stuff like that. But when we start getting into more advanced stuff, we'll start talking about different types of notes. So yeah, she usually stays up all night and then sleeps different times during the day. So she's it's good that she's asleep right now. I'm glad she's sleeping. Because sometimes she doesn't sleep at all. So right now, I think she might have a little bit of a cold, like I was saying. So she's been taking some cold medicine, so it might be helping her sleep more. So anyways, I talked about these. So we've got the B as the open string on the set. Let's start over. We've got the B note on the open string, which is also called the B string. Then we've got the first fret is making the C with the first finger. Yeah. she's been like that since about 2002, since she had her brain surgery. She's been having a lot of trouble sleeping. So before that, she could sleep fine, but then it kind of just threw everything all for a loop, kind of. Just really kind of messed things up. So she tries to sleep when she can, which is good. Which is good. So what was I saying? Okay, so we've got the D note on the second string, 3rd fret. Again, played with the 3rd finger because it's easier to lift up your fingers rather than sliding your hand all over the place. And I wrote the notes here. So go ahead. If you want to, you can say them with me just to make sure we're identifying the notes that we've already learned. We've got G, F, E, D, C, B. And now going up, we got B, C, E, is D, E, F, G, F, E, D, and C. So the notes repeat. There's actually, altogether, there's 12 notes, and we've already covered 6. We're like halfway through. It's amazing. It goes A to G, and then there's different sections that are higher than others. You might see a G represented a little bit differently, and we'll get into that as in future lessons and as time goes on. This is what they call a musical staff, and it's represented with the 5 lines. This is a treble clef, even though I don't have the signature thing in there. It looks kind of like the ampersand or the General Mills sign. I'm going to throw that in there real quick. It kind of looks like, I don't know, let's see if I can do it sideways, kind of. It's kind of something, I messed it up already. I'm looking at it backwards anyways. So we'll get into that. We'll get into it, what the treble clef symbol looks like later. No need to do that right now. But I figured we'll talk about these notes and show some different things that you can do. I wrote these out all easy, so it could just be a standard 4/4 count, like we talked about last time. You have 4 notes per measure. Each note is quarter notes. Let me get my board where I left it. I will be right back with that. Okay, so we talked about note values last week. We said a note, when it's written on the staff shown like that, is a whole note, which means 1 note for the whole measure, so it gets 4 counts. Half notes are like this. Sometimes they're drawn with an open circle with the tail coming down. I've seen them both ways. Either way is fine for half note. Half note, each note gets half the measure, so it counts for 2 beats in the 4 measures. So if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, your half note, your whole notes would get all 4. Your half notes would get 2 of the counts, and then the quarter notes, the notes with the little tail, each get 1 of the 4. I'll show you. I'll demonstrate real quick. So starting with our B, if we're playing a whole note of the B, so it'd be like this. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all right. It's all good. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it gets it gets 4 counts. If this B was written as a whole note, it'd be like this. It'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'd get 2 counts. And then if it's written with the tails as quarter notes, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just like that. So if we play this thing through slowly right here, what I have written, it would sound something like this, just playing straight through. There's no rest or anything. We'll get to rest later on and talk about that. But just playing this straight through as it is, slow 4/4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's oops, I messed it up already. What am I doing? Okay, starting on the G. 1, 3, 4. So I was kind of covering this part with my body. So anyways, again, starting one more time with, actually, I brought the metronome with me. I don't know if you saw my video earlier. I did get a metronome. Some people hate it. Some people appreciate it for what it is. It is a tool made to help you keep count. And what's nice about this is it has a bell. 2, 3, 4. So it'll help us in our counting know when we've got to the end of the measure. And it just kind of ticks. You have it on level ground. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if that going like that, so if that bell's bugging you, I'll turn it off. I know sometimes it bugs people and stuff. But with the metronome, it helps you play in time. Because if you try playing against a metronome, let's say everybody's playing in rhythm with a metronome, if you're not used to counting stuff off, or if you think counting's dumb, like I've had people tell me in the past, it's like this, it's like and it's just like it starts throwing everybody off. So we'll turn that off for now. So it just kind of helps you keep track and count. There's times where I've played with other people and stuff. I remember I played with this guy. Somebody told me, oh, this guy is the best drummer that we had available to us at the time. I'm like, okay. So anyways, I listened to him warm up a little bit. I'm like, oh, great. So he tried going through some stuff, and he was all over the place. He was more more wanting to show off how fast he could play rather than trying to keep the beat. So I said, watch my foot. So I had to tap my foot through the whole thing, both for practice and when we actually performed. And I had to, I was bouncing my foot off the floor. I mean, my knee was like at a right angle. It was pretty crazy. But everybody goes, oh, wow, they're just really into it and stuff. I was like, no, I just told them, I said, watch my foot with the bass, my right foot will keep count with the bass drum, what the bass drum needs to be doing for the song. So the other guy that was there with us, that I was playing bass, the other guy was playing guitar and singing, and he came up, he goes, wow, see, I told you he was a great drummer. I go, okay, whatever. It's like, I was going to argue with the guys, like, whatever, But it helped keep everybody together. So if you start to develop a sense of timing and stuff, it really helps when you play with other people to keep everybody together. And if you play anything, sometimes you'll find that you are the one who people are looking to keep time, set the pace, and everything. People kind of lean on you. So we've got these notes here: the open B, the C on the first fret, the D on the third fret. And reviewing the other notes we had on the E string, you have open E, F on the first fret of the first string, and G on the third fret. That will come in time. And that's why I was saying you want to use your third fret, first finger, first fret, third finger, third fret, and so on. Because if you try sliding, you'll get really messed up. But another thing you could do now that you've learned these notes along with the notes from last week, you could put them together. And what I'm doing there is I am playing a real simple C chord with my index finger on the second string, first fret, and I'm playing the G on the high E string, third fret, third finger. So I'm going. So you can see how the notes fit together to do something a little bit more musical than just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing extra notes there. I'm skipping ahead, but you can see just by putting those notes together, that will help later on when we start knowing all the strings, and you'll see what notes go into playing chords and stuff, and then you'll be able to play, instead of just playing this for a C chord, you'll be able to play something like this. Or this. So you can kind of see how the notes will all fit together. And again, going back to what I was playing earlier, you have the C here and the G here, and you can even play those other two notes here on the first fret, the C and the F together. And you can play the D and the G together. And then also the E and the B together. And it's real primitive sounding chord because the notes are a little bit out of sequence, but we'll get to that later. And like I said last time, if you guys were paying attention, watch the video all the way through, I told you that the notes, here's my water, the notes that were here on the E string, the G, the F, and the E, as well as the B notes, B, C, D. Last week I told you that the E, F, and G are also found way up the neck by the 12th fret. And these double dots is an octave. So this is almost like having another nut right up here. So if you think about those double dots as being similar to a nut, you have, then I get to actually put my finger on. So this would be like an open E. You see how it's the same note, it's just an octave higher. And the same thing with the F up here. And then all sliding all the way up here. I need a bigger rehearsal space so you can kind of get a better idea. I just want to be up close for the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Again, you know, and sliding all the way down to here. And then on the 3rd fret, or the 15th, is the same. I couldn't see where I was going. But the same thing's true now with this other string that we just learned. The notes on that, B, is also at the 12th fret of the 2nd string. And then the C, 1st fret of the 2nd string, or the 13th on the 2nd string. And then the D is on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, all the way on the 15th on the 2nd string. So if you're, so far, just with the notes I showed you, if someone's playing like a blues in E going, you could accompany them by going G, open, D, B. So it's G, G, E, and then D, D. So it's 3rd and open on the 1st string, and then 3rd and open on the 2nd. So it's like. See. And you could do the same on the 12th fret and the 15th. And you just, you know, have some fun with just those. When people are playing. But those are the notes we'll be learning next time, is on the G string, and then the D string after that. So you'll be learning how to play like a really cool bluesy scale. So you can just do, you know, again with someone just go. And here we go. See, there's that G. G to open E. You go. Oh, what technical channels meaning is like they've subscribed to you. They do that on a lot of live streams. They'll say, I got you. Can you subscribe to me? So what am I doing here? That's what it means. It means, oh, I got you. Please get me back. It's a nice way of asking for a subscription. So yeah, some of the people do sub to sub. Usually if people sub to me just to be nice, I sub back to them. So you don't, it's not a requirement. It's just like they just go, oh, okay. And then, you know, usually they'll watch videos you put up and talk to you and stuff. So it's most of the time it's all good. Sometimes you got to watch out for certain individuals and stuff. And you know the routine. If you've been on YouTube any amount of time, you know subbing's free, but sometimes people get kind of weird, and it's just like you can always delete them and block them and whatever else you need to do. So that's that right now. I know we covered this. So the be open. Be open. It's like when you go to the store and you're like running late and you're like, I hope they're open. Be open, be open, be open. So that'll help you remember. I'll be there in a second, so be open. So the second string is B. And then you got your C right there. So you have B. Then C. And D. You go to the store for one thing, walk out with 50. Yeah, I know that routine. So I'm not allowed to go to the music store because there's been a couple times where I've went in for strings and walked out with the guitar. I bought it though. I didn't like walk out like stealing, but yeah. So with those, because I know last week I think was kind of boring because we just stuck on one string. But now, since you can do these two strings together, you can do stuff like that and just mix it up a little bit so you get comfortable hearing what the notes sound like to your ear, getting familiar with being able moving the notes from string to string. And that's actually, oh, what is that song? Dun, 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 dun. I've heard it on the radio like a bunch of times, and I can't even remember the name of the song. It's like, so. But yeah, you can do little stuff like that, just with these notes and the other notes. But you know the song. You've heard the song, right, Tina? You've heard the song. You know what I'm talking about. It's like. Yeah, everybody's heard that. It's like Simple stuff. Simple stuff like that isn't a popular song. So I've taught you these notes, and I've also taught you part of a popular song that's so popular I'm forgetting the name of the song. Oh, it'll probably come to me tomorrow or something. I'll go, oh yeah, that song. And I told you how to make little chords with it. And a chord is just simply more than one note playing together. So it's like. So there's that. I just put new strings on this like Sunday. They're all nice and shiny. They sound so much better. I like the way they sound. They sound just so much fuller and crisper and so like I was saying, you practice these notes, the notes from last week, and you should be able to play what I was just not yet. Be patient. It all comes in due time. And again, as far as finding a guitar, ask around, ask people you know, because a lot of times there's people who have bought a guitar, they were gonna play, and they just never did. I'm funny. Yeah, I try to make it entertaining. I don't want to be bored and say, okay, everybody, this is a B. It's the second string open. Because I've had teachers like that. And it's like in school doing, math and English and all that other stuff. I taught myself how to play guitar. I took a couple lessons, and usually the teacher's like, yeah, you got to do these things. You got to strengthen your fingers and just do this. Oops. And that's all my lesson was. He showed me how to do that. Didn't go over any notes. Didn't go over anything. Yeah, the South Park teacher. Yeah, and didn't go over anything. And it's just like that. What? He's like, yeah, if you get that down, you can play all kinds of stuff. And he's like, but it sounded a lot cooler because he was playing an electric through this big old thing. What did I do? Did I just lose everybody? No, everybody's still there. And he's like, yeah, I bumped the thing and it looked like everybody went away. Yeah, I've had a couple teachers that, oh, you do these exercises. And it's like, what did you play in there? Not yet. You're not ready for that yet. I go, okay. So then I just got books because we didn't have YouTube and all that other fancy stuff. So I started getting books and learned myself how to read music. Yep, learned how to read music and basically taught myself where the notes were and where the notes went together and how to make chords and different things and stuff. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool stuff. Yep, no internet. No internet. We're lucky to have top loading VCRs. All right. So if there's anybody out there that's watching, hello, Solo Blue. Uh-oh, I gotta do my best now because she's a legit teacher. Oh, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What's it gonna do? So we will erase. What do I want to do here? Okay. Let's go over this. It's supposed to be permanent marker in black right there, but it's not so permanent. Okay. Draw my line back in here. And this is what happens when you have too much caffeine. Your lines are all squiggly. Okay, so, like I said, we're going to use the B, which is in blue. We will do whole notes, which are like this. And remember what I said about the whole note? It gets 4 beats per measure. You're taking notes? So critique me. I'm good with it. So, like I said, got my chart here. Whole notes, like we said, in 4/4 time. You have 4 beats for each one of these measures. A whole note. The note takes up the whole part of the measure there. So when we're playing the B, get my guitar, which is located just behind me. When we play the B, again, it's open on the 2nd string. So you just playing it. And again, here's our count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we play that B, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's that. And then if we want to make this a half note, we said, this is the way that I had always learned how to do half notes. I've seen people draw them where it's like a whole note with a line, or I've seen people where they just take the whole note and they color it in. For me, this always made more sense, just to show the whole note being open and then the half note being colored in, and don't mess with the tails till you start getting into quarter notes and eighth notes and all that stuff. So we'll play this right here, this B. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm drawing the E. I'm like so messed up. I apologize. I'm a bad teacher. Fire me. I'll give you your guys' money back. This is a free class, so it doesn't matter. So anyways, the B, like I said, is actually here. There we go. On the staff right here. The B is in the middle. So that's a whole note. So we're going to do half notes now in the B. Sorry if this is totally confusing to everybody. It's just been one of those days at work. Kicked off for a minute. Okay, so anyways, getting back to B in its proper place. Let's do that count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 2 counts. So it's like, so you've got the B, and it's like 1. We'll make it so it rings better. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not picking each time I'm counting. I'm counting, like going back, if this was a whole note, this was represented as just a whole note like so, but on the proper place on the line, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me show you here so you can see my hand actually doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm doing half notes now, each note gets half the amount of the measure. So that would be more like, I'll show you my hand again playing the B since it's open. This is not fretting, I'm just using it to hold my neck so it doesn't fall. And I just hit the roof. Anyways, here we go. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's count off like that. These are half notes because they take up half the measure. Now, if they were quarter notes, there would be 4. And they're not called quarter notes because they cost us a quarter. They're called quarter notes because they take up 1/4 or 1/4 of the measure. So to count those off, these are probably the easiest ones to learn. So it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one thing that I can probably do now, because I didn't want to confuse everybody with all this other stuff that was going on, I will talk about the lines of the staff, because we just drew the staff last week. We started getting used to where the notes were falling on the staff. And then I had also mentioned that the tails, when you get to the middle line, the tails usually go up. For any notes that's shown below the middle line, the tails go up. Anything slightly above that line and on up, the tails go down. Just makes it easier for things to see. They walk up the stairs. There you go. They walk up the stairs. And I guess this is they're going down the stairs. So the tails always go up. So the notes, actually each of these lines represents a note. And let me see, I'm going to erase where it says time. Trying to find my thing here. Where it says time. So each of these spaces has letters that fall in place with the spaces. And the spaces are, and I'm right and left-handed, and I shouldn't be. Let me go switch to right-handed. It's not much better, but you'll get the idea. Okay, let's actually fix that a little bit better so it doesn't look like I'm writing in runestone. Okay, so anyways, move my camera just a smidge down. There we go. Okay, so anyways, the spaces of this spell out the word face. If you look at it, F-A-C-E. So the notes that are in this one is going to be an E note, a C note, an A note, and an F note. And then we'll get to those notes as we progress, and then you'll see where they fall. So it's always remember, space, face space is what somebody told me. Your face is in my space. So anyways, and then the other one here is I'll write it sideways here. Every good bloke does fine, or something like that. So you have E, and remember I said before, you only have really 12 notes to worry about. What we're going to talk about is just really the notes A through G before we start getting into sharps and all the other flats and naturals and stuff. So the lines, just remember, every good boy does fine. That's how I learned what these lines were, and then you'll get to remember, well, you'll memorize them where you go, oh, okay, like face. So when you see a note down here, you go, oh, that's an F note, but it's not the same as this one. This one is an octave lower, and we'll talk about octaves and stuff when we get into that. But you'll hear the difference in the notes. The notes, I've heard lots of people describing when they talk about music is the notes having almost a signature type of color to them, and you can see how the colors go together, or you can hear how certain notes fit together better. And then we'll talk about that more when we start playing notes together and doing chord construction and different stuff like that. All right, Tina, have a good night. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate that. Okay, what are you gonna use? Hey, Lady Superfly. So every bloke does fine. You can use that. Or the colors. You can use the color thing. Hello, I'm back. So we've got like the B. Like I said, this is the B note. Is on the middle line. The C is represented in the space with the C. And then the D is on the line of does. So I had this thing out earlier. I think I've heard that people hate these. The metronome. It's not one of those androgynous lawn ornaments. It's something to help you keep time. Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? Oh, well, anyways. Mom, what does androgynous mean? It means they keep you guessing. So you're used to listening to it? Yeah, metronomes. It's like... Yeah, so you're used to the sound of the metronome. Some people hate the metronome. My wife was in band. She hated metronomes. Absolutely couldn't stand them. We moved around a lot, so I never got the privilege of being in band. So I taught myself how to play an instrument because I always wanted to learn how to play because I always thought they were cool. So I learned how to play, learned how to count and keep time, and then I got a metronome from a friend of mine who was going to throw it away, but it was really cool. And I think I ended up passing on to a friend of mine, and it never, or I don't know if I lent it out to him or gave it to him. Either way, it's gone. But it's really cool. It used to fit in my guitar case, and it was probably about 4 inches high. It was this little German thing, and it was like super loud. But the time was, I mean, it would like keep really good time. It was like a watch. It's like, but like this one here is pretty cool. And I like this one. This just arrived today from Amazon. It's made in China. Yeah, it even says in the bottom, metronome made in China. But I like how it has the numbers real clear on the gold silk screening. Makes it easy to read. And what I really like about this, most of them would only go down to 72 beats per minute. This one actually goes all the way to 40. It's got all the different markings in between and stuff. So if you can see that, the webcam's not really showing it too well. Because right now we are doing some stuff on Lagretto. Not to be confused with the Lazaretto, the Jack White song, but Loretto. Then there's this beat here, which is what everybody always does. Oops. You prefer the digital one, or you prefer this kind? This kind always works better when you have it on level ground. I think it was actually made really well for like the 16 bucks I paid for it. But it's like painfully slow. Just feels like your time is just slowly going by. Yeah, the digital is kind of... What's really cool about this one too, it actually has a beat counter. So if you're trying to... I know when I first started playing, the hardest thing for me to get was 3/4 time that waltz feeling. But this has a little thing on the side right there. I don't know how well you can see it. Right now I have it set at 0. You can get 2, 3, 4, or 6 beats. And there's actually a bell that rings. Let me go ahead and set it on the 4. There we go. So you'll see what I mean. It's probably like halfway between. There it is. But that's pretty cool. That every time you hear that bell, you know you're moving to the next measure, the next measure, next measure. And most of your students, when they first start off, they're probably at probably about a 60 beat per minute. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, waltz on piano is easy. Trying to do it on a guitar, you get so used to almost every song on the guitar being in 4/4 time that it just, playing in 3/4, it just like, it just kind of messes with you a little bit. And then 6/8's kind of more of a march and stuff. And that's pretty cool. It actually has a counter for doing like 6 beats, so you can count them off. Two, 3, 4. There you go. Anyways, I just thought it was kind of interesting. So I will use that for when I do stuff. But it's like playing in different times, it kind of gives a song a different kind of feel and stuff. You know, when it's written in 4/4, it's easier just to do it how it's written and stuff. But like, I remember writing a song with a friend of mine, actually a couple friends of mine, and we're working on something. We're like, the chorus, it needed something different. The song was in 4/4, and we needed something different. So we're kind of kicking some ideas around. We started messing with rhythms and stuff, and we came up with like a kind of a 6/8 kind of shuffle in the chorus section, and it really like fit together like really well. When we're thinking about going back and forth between like 6/8 to 4/4, then 6/8 and 4/4, it was a natural flow because it was more of a feel rather than counting it out. But we were like locked in pretty well. Hello, Red Feather. How are you? I was just doing my doodling on the board. Yeah, the metronome sound does get burned into your head. The click, 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 click. But I'm excited. You know, this next week we're gonna get into. Hey, doing good. We're gonna go to the G string. Just do the 2 main notes, the G open, and then the A on the 2nd fret, and then put those together and start doing some real basic chords off that, doing some almost like kind of like what they call in guitar power chords. It's usually your root and your 5th is what they call it. So it doesn't really have a minor or a major, but just to show how the notes sound when they're played together. We are working in Treble Clef, and I did not draw the Treble Clef sign. I talked about it, but I did not write it. I didn't want to confuse people with the ampersand sign. So, yeah. So it is. We are, yes, we are in the treble clef. That's why I did this. Even though I play bass, I always read in treble clef. I've never taught myself how to read bass clef, but when we get to going through all the low end strings on the guitar, when we get to the fifth and sixth strings, I'm gonna start getting into bass and treble clef, and I'll probably have another dry erase board somewhere showing where the notes fall on each of the instruments and stuff. So it'll be good. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting, entertaining, and knowledgeable, or I don't know, something. It'll be good fun. But like I said, doing quarter notes, half notes. This is kind of a lot, I think, for a new person to take in. I don't know. Maybe most people are, I guess, smarter than the average bear. But I try to make learning fun as much as I can. Yeah. Hopefully my camera's working better. I'm using my Logitech webcam. It's the real low-end version on this because the one that I have that's actually better was actually looking more grainy than this one. The image seems better. I was going to use my phone, but my phone's been heating up lately. So yeah, thank you. And I've been storing these on. I set up a playlist on my YouTube channel. So if people want to refer to the guitar lessons and they don't want to dig through all my videos, I can't take any more of this guy. I just want to see the guitar stuff. I don't want to see any food reviews, weird voices. I just want to get to the guitar stuff. There's a playlist for that. So, but anyways, yeah, thank you. We'll talk about, like I said, we'll talk about the notes on the G string next time, putting those together. I was showing a little bit on the guitar how you have the position markers, these dots that are here. That's what this is representing, the dot that's here. This is like a block diagram showing you where the frets are and then the strings. And then this is the nut here. This is permanent. If I was playing something a little bit higher, after I go through all the notes all the way over to the sixth string, I'm going to go down into the next position and start teaching the notes, starting with the high E on over, and then showing how all those fit, and then going from there. Just want to make sure everybody who's coming here knows the names of the notes, because I've played with people who can play really good, but they don't know what key they're in. They don't know what notes they're playing. They've just learned how to play by ear. And I say, okay, well, and they'll go, wow, what's that you're playing? I go, oh, you just go from like a G chord to a C chord. It's like, yeah. So anyways, I just want to make sure that people enjoy what they're doing and know what they're doing. So that's it. And then I'll be getting out some of my other guitars. I was showing off my guitars last week. Last Wednesday. I was showing off my my Jackson Randy Rhoads V, my Strats. I got a bunch more guitars, some packed away. I'll have those out. I talked about I've got a 5-string bass, which is pretty cool. So, too many instruments, so little time. Oh, yeah, it's called a pedal hoarder, a guitar hoarder. So, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Look like a jaundice or something. I'm very red. It's pretty warm in here, actually. Oh, okay. Is it acoustic or electric? Quarter harder. Yeah, it's acoustic. Okay. Yeah, I got that guitar for Negs. I just kind of did a bunch of cosmetic stuff, adjusted the saddle of the bridge, put a new nut on there, just adjusted the tuners, did some work on the neck, just polish it up. No, I've never been called that before, Red Feather. That is definitely a first. There's first for everything. Yeah, it's weird. I enjoy playing bass more than I play guitar, but it's easier to teach guitar than to teach bass. And I don't know. Sometimes it's like when I've written stuff, I'll usually write them on acoustic, and then I'll figure out the bass parts and then the guitar parts and other stuff. So, but it's all good. I gotta get my stuff out and just start doing some stuff with it more. Which guitar was that looked awesome? I'm not sure which guitar. The acoustic? Oh, the deco. Yeah, that was because I know he's into the Joker. So yeah, I found a bunch of comics and just went to town decoupaging it. It took all the finish off the guitar because had a real glossy finish. Yeah, he's been over. I talk to him every now and again on Live Me and stuff. Live Me doesn't really work so well with my internet and my phone and stuff, and it's like I actually have to use this. Let me move this, not shaking the camera too much. This USB fan turned on, blowing on my phone, about this far away from it, just to keep it cool so it won't shut off. Yeah, Live Me. Some people like it, some people don't. It's just, I don't know. If you live stream all the time, I guess it's good. It just seems real distracting for me saying, "Hey, so and so, do I sell guitars like that?" Yeah, the chat's weird. No, it's rough on the phones. Yeah, do I sell guitars like that? No, it was a guitar that I had, and I was gonna refinish it, and then was it Christmas? I don't know if it was Christmas or his birthday that I gave it to him. I think it was Christmas. Yeah, I just wanted to I know there's a bunch of stuff going on. I just want to do something really nice for him. So I just decided to do that. But yeah, you can pick up guitars pretty cheap. I mean, check out pawn shops and stuff. You can get them pretty cheap. Like this one here, I've had this one for 15, 16 years, maybe. Something like that. And I bought it brand new. It was like 99 bucks. Yeah, with the right promotion, yeah. Yeah, there's lots of things I could do with the right promotion, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I've thought about before about building guitars and stuff, and it's just it's so hard to compete with a lot of companies because once you do something that's unique, someone gets wind of it, and within about 4 to 6 months, it gets mass produced by someone out of the country, and it costs you. Yeah, I put a lot of time into it. Yeah. So it came out well. We were happy with how it came out and stuff. I wanted to do more on the back. I just kind of ran out of time to finish the back. So, but yeah, it's like anything. You find something that you can market, and usually it gets imitated and copied, and it gets made somewhere where they don't pay people anything, and you get undersold, so you can't do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Clean them up. Old and dusty, though. Yeah. You never know. They might, some of those older guitars, they might actually be worth a little something. So, you know, to the right people and stuff, they might, you know, there's lots of people that collect stuff. I just hoard. I'm just a hoarder. But it's good fun. I enjoy it. Okay, that's special then if it's your dad's. Yeah. Yeah, the finish on the guitar that I did for Negs, the finish had some spots where it was kind of lifting up. You collect makeup and sheet music, yeah. I collect guitars, I collect pedals, I don't know, wigs and props and stuff. I got ideas for things I want to do on YouTube and stuff. I'm just trying to find the time and just trying to get organized and stuff. And then when I think of something I want to do, I'm usually, my mind's on to something else. You have 8 guitars? Well, that's what this is for. So you can learn how to play at least one of them. So there you go. Let's see. Yeah, I collect, I find orphan guitars and stuff, and then sometimes I find ones that I really like. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy playing immensely. I really do. I really enjoy just picking up the guitar. It's, you know, sometimes when you just want to just mellow out, just pick up the acoustic, play some chords real lightly, or sometimes if I'm feeling a bit naughty or had a really bad day, it's like I've got my amp out in the garage. It's pretty loud. And then I'll just plug one of my electrics in there. Cage, yeah, Cage system. Is that Nicolas Cage? I don't think you've seen my Rhodes V. Have you, Solo? I don't think you have. It's pretty cool. They just want to learn the basic stuff. Let me go grab it. It's pretty cool. I like it. There you go. It's Jackson. It's got the shark tooth inlay, has the binding. And this is what they call the tuxedo version because it's black and white. The body has binding on it. It's pretty cool. It sounds really nice. And the neck is a little bit wider than most electrics, but it's like super thin, and you can just rip on it. Yeah, this was designed by my hero Randy Rhodes. There's a big old, you can't even see the whole thing. I don't want to hit the roof, but you see it's kind of like a flying V, but one end is offset, and the other one is like super light. Plays really good. Strings go through the body. This is actually made offshore, so I got it for quite a bit less. Oh, you can see the reflection of my my ghetto PVC light stand. But yeah, strings go through the body right here and then out through the top. Yeah, no, this was about $200. $249. But it plays really nice. It's got the dual humbuckers. Yeah, it's a beautiful guitar. The only thing is where I smacked it right there on the very end. The boo-boo. Right now I have 9s on it. They are, I don't think I've changed them since I got this guitar. I think they feel like they're Ernie balls. No, this was actually, I bought it, but this was a gift from Mrs. Wombat. It's, yeah, she knows what stuff goes for. She's not. Yeah, these are Ernie balls. I usually use like Diodarios. I like them. I can usually tell because they have colored ends on them. There's other reasons why I like them, but they're good. When I want to play angry music, I play my Les Paul. I took the knobs off because I was polishing it and now I've misplaced them. But it's got the P90s. This one I'm actually running 10s. This is the other one that has 9s. These are a little bit heavier, so they kind of fight me a little bit when I play, which I kind of enjoy sometimes. This is just an Epiphone. This guitar I actually picked up secondhand because it has those two spots on the side. I got it for $50. That's right, $50. But see that nice transparent black finish? That's pretty cool. Yeah, you saw this one the other night. The other people have it, right? I know. Wednesday night, I'll have my other ones. I'll have some of my other ones. Not all of them. And out of guitar designs, I really like the Strat styles the best. And I play usually the Squires because they're cheap. This was $100. It had one pickup in the bridge. she's gonna come rob me, I know. Had one humbucker, put in the two P90s, selector switch, put a die on the knob, big nod to Brian Setzer, put the decal on. I like the finish though. It is ice blue metallic. You can see it. And then I put on this pearl pick guard. Solo blue. Yeah, I know. I have like a scratch plate that I made out of some contact paper so the back doesn't get all messed up more than it is. These Strat style guitars, they usually have like stamped pieces of metal where the strings kind of bind. I put little rollers. See them? And then I changed the tuners. I've done a few upgrades to this. Yeah, it's a fun guitar. I like this one. This one plays really nice. And yeah, these are the Diodarios. And I don't know if I can get where you can see it. Oh, there you go. You see how they have the colored ends? There you go. You wouldn't even, if you lived by me, you would not even need to bring anything because I've got seriously complete guitars. I probably have about 10 or 12, and I probably have close to that many taken apart, ready for refinishing or rewiring or something. Have 3 or 4 basses. Used to have a couple acoustics. I only have one acoustic now. Down to one acoustic. And I'm back. I am a huge Jimi Hendrix fan. So I've got my maple neck sunburst and my rosewood sunburst. Yeah. Same guitar, different neck finishes. Actually, I take that back. This one's made in China. This one's made in Indonesia. And these are the lower end Squires. But what I found is the one, see how the logo's in gold on this? This one's in black. The ones with the gold logo, I've been noticing play a lot better. There's like a lot of extra work they've done on them or something. It's kind of weird. First, I thought it was just me, but I've seen other people talking about it online. But yeah, that's so that's those. And I know Tracy's seen this one before. I've played this before. This is my bass. One of my basses. It's kind of dusty right now. It's transparent red finish. Binding on the neck, or on the body rather. Neck's not bound. Maple finish neck. Yeah. Has a really nice sound with the jazz style pickups in it. My favorite bass that I have is packed away, and I was going to try to get out last week. I'm making a point to have it out for Wednesday. It is a Squire P bass. It's 5 strings in a metallic green. It's called Sherwood Forest Green. And that bass is just so nice. And having 5 strings, it goes a lot deeper. You get a spin. Everybody gets a spin. Yep. Oh, you're in 2 chats. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. I'll play along. Oh, you're modding? Bass is so much fun. I love bass. Just putting down the foundation of everything to sit on top of. I've got a couple bass amps. I have an older Fender cabinet, which is a 215 cabinet. I was going to get a 410, just because it's a little bit smaller. But I was looking online. I found a place that actually made a 310. It's pretty cool. 3 10-inch speakers. And then I've got a head that goes on top of it that is like 300 watts. It's like so loud for 3 10-inch speakers. It's like, it's amazing. It is. It's like, then you got to hear the slap in the bass. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday. I'll probably have my other bass out by then. I'll have to bring in the 310 and be slapping to bass. If not, you can watch the replay. I'll leave it up. It'll be up here. No, she was in band for years. She played the flute she played the flute mostly. She wanted to play the bells, but she just didn't really pay attention to to this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff to her was boring. This stuff was like real boring to her, so I was like, okay. But yeah, she doesn't play anything. My son doesn't play anything either, so yeah, replays is fun. So drums are fun too. I mess around with drums every now and again, so especially when they've got the double kick. That's always nice. Double bass. Mine thinks he can play. He plugs the ears. Play guitar or bass? Oh, keyboard? Okay. Yeah, with drums, it's each of your limbs is supposed to be independent of each other, and it's just like it's just a really weird concept. Oh, okay. Okay, well, hopefully, if he needs some help, hopefully this will get him on the right track and stuff. Until you get to the drums. Yeah, I tried. I can keep a beat on drums pretty well, but like I said, I was playing with somebody one time. We're just messing around and stuff, and we're trying to do something in 3/4, and I'm like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I was like, it was really messing me up bad. Yeah, but the drums, it's the drums. I always like find myself like getting faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. It's like before I know it, it's crazy. Yeah. So are you learning your paradiddles? It's like left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Oh, no metronome. I can keep time with no metronome. No metronome. I wonder how many people think that he's actually talking about an androgynous lawn ornament. That joke going over everybody's head? I think so. Metronome. There you go. I've got my metronome. Where's that? Right here. No, I don't want to hear that ticking thing. Where's your metronome? Oh, you have metronomes in your garden right now. Cool. Metronomes, hipster gnomes. Yeah, if you get too many hipster gnomes in there, they're going to open up a Starbucks in your garden. Oh, it's a gnome metro. Okay. It's a gnome. That, yeah, you got to keep the gnomes away from the shrooms. It's just bad news. The gnomes are just getting all kinds of wild and crazy. Okay. That is cool. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I was gonna get at my my guitar lesson. Ruined by gnomes. Those gnomes. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. As soon as I get off here, I'll put my hat on and go in the corner and cry. Cry my eyes out. Squirrel. Oh, hey there. Mrs. Wombat doesn't really like this hat, even though it's synthetic. It looks too much like her pet rabbit that she has, the coloring. So it's like, okay. There we go. That's better. Maybe I'll just wear this next time. Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to learn how to play the guitar. We crack you up. Oh, that's good. We try to keep everybody laughing. People eating squirrels. Squirrels is good eating. Drumsticks are about that big though, are not very big. Yeah. It's like now, the man in the yellow hat. It's like now every time I see a squirrel, I think of a friend of ours who recently passed. Her name was Muddy, and she adopted this little tiny baby squirrel, and she raised that thing as if it was her own little baby. Yeah. Every time I'll be driving to work, I'll see a squirrel. It makes me think of Muddy, and I'm like, oh man. Yeah. Yeah, it did for a lot of people. It's just like, I know she was sick for a little while. I don't think people knew how sick she was. She was awesome. She was always there to encourage everybody and cheer everybody up and stuff. And just, it was, yeah, we all did. But but sometimes it's just your time, and everybody has a time when it's their numbers up, and there's no way to get out of it. We're guaranteed only just one life, and then you got a certain number of days, and you just try to make the best of them. Yeah, she was suffering in a big way. Her heart was just, her heart was just quitting and stuff. And then I guess the guy that she was with was just not wanting to understand. He was I don't know. She went back to live with her parents, and that lasted just a short time. Oh, okay. Yeah, she was good. I wasn't trying to bring everybody down. I wasn't trying to press everybody. I was just saying, somebody mentioned squirrel. It's like every time I see the word squirrel or see a picture of a squirrel or see a squirrel in my yard, it always makes me think of her and little Gidget. Yeah, they're great memories. Yeah, she was a special lady. She was a pretty sweet lady. You're taking pictures of eyeshadow palettes. You like mine? You like my blush I use? Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. People go, dude, what color are your eyes? I go, usually they're bloodshot. They change. My eyes are kind of like a hazel green, and then depends on what I wear. Like if I wear something black, the circles darken under my eyes. I usually stay up too late and get up too early. It's a common thing with a lot of people these days. But I've always done that ever since I was a wee lad. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Need to cut my hair again. It's getting fuzzy and so, yeah. I think it's time where I just need to shave the whole thing. I've done that twice, and Mrs. Wombat doesn't like when I take it all the way down with the razor because she says I look like the Incubus, some guy from some horror movie in the early 80s, the Incubus. So. I sound like Hank. Throw some on my pillow, keep me awake. Yeah. Yeah, I usually keep it just buzzed pretty short. Just the fuzz prevents. Yeah. Throw some on my pillow, keep me awake at night. Alrighty, I'm gonna put this away. Oh, posting it to Instagram. Hey, it's the eyeshadow on Instagram. Yeah, I try out different mustaches on Instagram to see which one I like better. Whether this or this. Or this. This is my Dr. Phil. It's time to get real quick. Yeah, I got too much stuff here. Too many props, too many things, and not enough space. He can be. He can be. I was doing something a while back, and it was like Mrs. Wombat said I was being schizophrenic. I was being a schizophrenic Dr. Phil because I would go from Dr. Phil to Wilford Brimley to some old airplane pilot to the guy from Jurassic Park back to Dr. Phil. They all sound real similar. So, but here you can go from being Wilford Brimley to an Amish guy. And Dr. Phil, he don't mess around. It's time to hit real quick. The Amish guy, yeah. Yeah, these mustaches, I gotta replace this one here because it's kind of getting a bit mangy looking. I don't want to look like Justin though. I don't want to look like Justin. So I'm having an older friend for dinner. Yeah, this is a Hannibal Lecter hat, definitely. And I think he had some glasses like this, where the guy lands at the airport. Something like that. I'd really like to talk, Clarice, but it looks like I'm having an old friend for dinner. Something along those lines. Something along those lines, yeah. And do you see the thing I posted on Twitter? My Buffalo Bill, where my phone's in a ditch, and I did the line about putting lotion on the skin. That was pretty funny. I'm a diamond. Okay. Like a diamond in the sky. Somebody at work, one of the guys called into the shop today, and he's telling me, he goes, dude, why are you doing this? You should be doing comedy. Because I was messing with him about something. I go, nah, it's what I do. You're not on Twitter. You get blocked too. Everybody seems to get blocked. I try to mind my what I say and how I say stuff too. And I don't know. If somebody gets out of step, I'm not afraid to let them know in a nice way. I don't have to drag them all over town, but I'll say, you know what? Why don't you just stop? Because what you're doing is you're looking like a fool. There you go. Twitter's prep to cash. Yeah, you know, he look like a man. I don't know. People talk about getting banned on Twitter. It's just like, I don't know. It's just one of many things. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes people treat like this whole social media thing like high school and stuff. And it's just like, yeah, they take you serious. Yeah, sometimes people are on there. Yeah, I'll check my Twitter messages, and then next thing I know, there's 15 or 20 more, and I'm just like, whatever. I try to keep up with it, but sometimes just can't. The absolute worst is when I turn on my phone after it's been off all night, when something's really gone crazy on YouTube or whatever, and everybody's talking about it on Twitter. My phone just starts going beep 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 beep. It's just like Facebook notifications, YouTube notifications, Twitter notifications. Okay, usually I'll just have my phone on, I'll put off the side, and it's like, okay, let me know when you're done, phone, I'll be back later. And then I just kind of skim through and look at the highlights and see if there's anything pressing that needs attention, or if someone's just sharing what they had for breakfast or whatever. Yeah, it's ended a lot of careers. Yeah, the people are ended their careers. It's just like they just have no filter. It's just like I don't get it. Yeah, too many people just like, I don't know. People take things so personally sometimes. Yeah, I don't even like talking to people about politics half the time, because when the last election came up, I honestly did not vote for anybody because I did not like any of the candidates. I disliked them all the same for different reasons, just across the board. Did not like them. So people are going, oh, Trump this, he's great. Trump's a terrible guy. He needs to be assassinated, and just like all over the place. And I said, I got more important things to worry about, because I know how The whole thing works. I go, I vote, and it's just a formality. I know there's a thing called the Electoral College. Each state has a certain number of votes, and those are the ones that elect the president. It has nothing to do with the popular vote. And, you know, so it's like, yeah, I might get flagged. So it's just like, I'm like, whatever, you know, it's just like, so because I didn't vote, because it's bad enough if you vote for the wrong person, you get beat up by one side. I said I didn't vote. I got beat up by the pro-Hillary group, the pro-Trump group, the pro-Bernie group, and even some guy from Kansas that I didn't even know was running for president. I think he had like 1/1000th of the vote or something. It's just like, it's like everybody takes everything so personal. It's like some people act like Trump is their favorite uncle, or sometimes people act like he's their pedo uncle. It's like, I don't know. It's like I don't. Okay, so you're running for 2024. Okay, I just want a good candidate to run in 2020. You know, someone with good vision. Okay. It was better that you got banned. Yeah, social media blessing and curse. I'm just reading some of these things I might have missed. Yeah, it's like I'm careful with what I say in every platform, but sometimes dealing with people in real life, I'll say something and they'll just walk away and they'll go, "What did he just say to me?" So throw a little bit of shade at somebody in real life, and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool. Hey." Usually it takes about 15-20 minutes, sometimes more than that. So yeah, it seems like every time that I register to vote, right after that, it's like I get the jury notice. Congratulations, new voter. You get jury duty. It's like, no, this is not what I signed up for. I did not sign up for jury duty. Speaking of which, I got a summons in the mail for jury duty. Right here. I'll block it out so I don't dox myself. There you go. Juror badge. You gonna paint the White House pink? Yeah, there you go. The White House has to stay the way it is. It's been that way since forever. It's the original White House. And they tell people, no, the original White House was burnt down. They're like, no. Yeah, it's like, yeah, jury duty. Do it to troll them. Because I know that if the thing's white, you just need to have it be real reflective and use some colored lights, and you could make it look like it's different colors and stuff. And it's just like, I've seen some houses that around here, there's some houses that are painted pretty bad. I've seen some neon orange reflective paint. There's a house at this one place I lived at. Every house, like the track home, was a typical beige with the white trim, and some people got really creative and did yellow trim with their beige house. These one people, they decided to paint their house purple, like dark royal purple, which isn't a bad color on its own or with certain accents. But they put shutters on the outside, and they decided to do the door, the shutters that they added on, and the trim around the house, all pumpkin orange. I kid you not. Dark purple and pumpkin orange. You want to see the White House overly decorated for Christmas time? There you go. Hey, look at the fat man. Oh, you mean Santa? No, I'm talking about Trump. No, I'm just kidding. There we go. We'll put your comment up there. It held it up. Yeah. Erase that one. Erase that one. So I don't know if the colors are using different colors for the notes are kind of confusing. I think for this part next time, I think I'm just going to do the notes in black and leave this right here so people can see what it is, but just do it like that. It didn't mess things up too bad. I can go back over that. Oh, the coloring helps? All right. I think what I'll do next time, though, I'll do, because I'm doing just the G and the A, I'll do those in color, and then I'll do the notes we've already covered in black, and then add the other colors what it would correspond with the G and the A, and so they will stand out more, I guess. Lazy fly. Yeah, this actually helps me keep focused, because if I didn't have this, I'd be like, okay, what are we doing? But this kind of helps me stay focused. That's funny though. You'd be all, why am I drawing this again? Anyways, oh, the calendar ones, yeah. I need to get some new epoxy. This isn't staying put. Yeah, dry erase birds. Dry erase birds. Yeah, I measured all these out with like a ruler today. I was gonna get one of those handy things that hold like 5 of them together, and because last time I was trying to draw a straight line, and it was all like it's like, what is that? Blame Toys R Us. Amateurity forever. I want to grow up. If I did, I want to be a Toys R Us kid. The poor children. What are they going to do now? They can't be Toys R Us kids anymore. So are they going to be orphans? Are they going to be orphans now because there's no Toys R Us? What are they going to do? I'll pull myself together. Sorry, I'm so embarrassed. Crayola. I get the Expo from Walmart. The colors don't really show through too well. So yeah, all these colors for a selection, but this blue here looks just like this blue, and then when it mixes with this, they have those. Ooh, black. That would be cool. Black dry erase board with neon markers. I could do that. I'll have to look for the pencils. I will look for those. I have not seen those. I will keep my eyes open for them. So let's see. I got these colored pencils, but I know they won't work. They will not work. Electric guitar, super party. There was actually, oh, yeah, I can do this. Huh? Turn this off. Turn this off. There we go. And there we go. Let's see here. Is that better? Ooh, blue. Now the reds. Wow, man. Look at the colors. It's like a bit much, I think. I've got too many lights and effects and stuff. Let's reach over here. Ooh. So I don't need this strobe thing. Turn that off. Psychedelic. The colors, man. If you go chasing rabbits. Ooh, groovy. I got another one here. Yeah, all kinds of lights. My head looks like a disco ball. Actually, I do have a disco ball there. Got too much stuff. Too much good stuff, man. This one is. Oh, there we go. The dark again. This is all. Broke out the turtle wax. It's funny. Yeah, you can kind of see it on the wall from the thing. Get all little squares. Maybe like buttons or something. It's like a big button spinning around. Yeah, I tried it a couple times. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll do it again. What pics? Let me take these pics. Long disco bad. Which pics are those? Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, the swatches. Eyeshadows. Oh, okay. Eyeshadows. Yeah, Mrs. Wombat, she likes just the grays and the grays, the blacks, and browns, and sometimes purples. Just the matte. She doesn't like the metallic ones, but some people like the metallic ones. It's all good. Because being married for 33 years, I've learned more than I want to learn about makeup. Matte finishes, matte makeup, lipstick, lip color, lip gloss. Yeah, I've learned a lot of stuff. So, yep. They changed the foundation of the foundation she's been using for years. So, yeah, never got into makeup. I just use a little blush every now and again. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Irish. I can't help it. Eyeliner and mascara. I did guy liner a few times. You like cool eyeshadows? Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about makeup either. I mean, I know enough to buy the right purchases, but I don't wear any myself. Yeah, some people can do a really good job. You just hate the feeling of the stuff on your face. Yeah. Yeah, some people are really talented. I'm a wham, man. So, yeah, some people, they just, I don't know. For Mrs. Wombat, she says she feels naked without it because she's been wearing it so long. So okay. So, yeah. Maybe that's what I need to do with my YouTube channel. I need to, like, get rid of this thing here and do my makeup channel. I'll be like Jeffree Starfish and those other people. I can't remember their names now. Silver looks in the same day. Mrs. Wombat just has one look and she likes it. She's been to a couple makeover things and stuff, and some friends of ours were doing like Mary Kay and other stuff, and let's give you a makeover. She's like, no. So they talk her into it, and then she's just like, I hear about it afterwards. I'm like, you didn't have to go. But yeah, people dance. Be right back. All right. Yeah. Got too much stuff up here. Got my cop glasses, my Wilford glasses, PVC pieces. Phone charger. Yeah, I hear sometimes some of the stuff irritates people's eyes and stuff. I guess it just depends on sensitivity and what you use and different stuff. So I guess it's a matter of getting used to things. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't. Whenever she goes out, leaves the house or anything, she'll put on some makeup and stuff. So she doesn't need it, but she feels more comfortable with it on. So yeah, some people feel comfortable without it. Some people feel comfortable with it. So it's like, yeah, it's whatever you want to do. Don't be like everybody else, right? Do your own thing. So there we go. Can't even tell I have a hole in my ear now. Yeah, you can still see it. There it is. People ask me, hey, are those real? Go, yeah. It's as big as it's getting. It's not getting any bigger than that. Nice. Smoky eyes. I think everybody's probably thought I had an E in it. Smoky. All right. Good night, Red. Have a good night. I think I am going to see what Mrs. Wombat's up to. I think I hear her stirring around. She was asleep earlier. So I will leave, and I will be back here same time on Wednesday. If you guys are around Wednesday, pop in. If not, it's totally cool either way. So, all right. Hearts Mrs. Wombat. I'll tell her you love her. And for both you guys and all you guys, yeah. So no worries. No worries. Everybody have a good night. All love for Mrs. Wombat and no love for me. I feel like those bad orphan Toys R Us kids. Anyways, have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye. And this...